Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So over the last couple of years, usually at the beginning of the year, I would make my Minimalist GoPro travel kit. And I haven't done one in a few years, so I thought I'd make an updated one because the equipment has changed a little. Now in the past, when I was traveling and I needed to pack light, I would take a GoPro casey. It's a nice small compact case. It can actually fit a lot of gear. Now the only problem with the casey, although I do like it, is when you're traveling and you get to your location, whether it be abroad or even local, the casey only really has a handle on it, so there's no way to take your gear with you. So lately I've been traveling a lot with a messenger style bag. These are extremely comfortable to use. I really like them. And not only that is when you're out hiking or sightseeing, you always have your camera gear at hand, unlike a backpack, which of course are nice as well. But the problem with them is you have to take your backpack off every time you want to grab something out of it. So if I'm just out for a quick day hike or some sightseeing, I always like to bring a messenger with me now. So in this video, we're going to go over some of the essentials I bring when traveling and I need to pack light. So to start out here, we have GoPro's latest flagship camera. This is the Hero 13 Black. Some nice new features with it this year, including magnetic mounting. So when I'm traveling with a GoPro, that's the GoPro I will be taking. The next item that's always a staple when traveling with my GoPro is the GoPro Max Grip. This is a 3-in-1 device. It's an extension pole. It's just a basic handle if you're doing some handheld shots. And it's also a tripod if you want to set the camera down and get some stationary shots. So a really handy device. And then of course at the top here, I have a magnetic mount. I attach these to all the accessories I bring. That way I can move my camera around easily when needed. So definitely always in my travel kit. Now the next item here is a floating hand grip. And this can be pretty important because sometimes when you're traveling, you're filming in and around water. This will keep your GoPro floating if you accidentally drop it. Not only that, it just makes for a nice little handle if you're capturing some handheld shots. It's got a foam grip on it, so it's anti-slip, and that can be really important again when you're in water. The other nice thing about it is it also has a wrist strap, and again, that can be really important, especially if you're doing activities such as zip lining. Perhaps you're on a roller coaster or something where you don't want to drop your GoPro accidentally. This will keep it securely attached to you. Now the next item here is the GoPro Volta. Now I don't always bring this with me when traveling because it is a little bulky, it is a little heavy, but it can be very beneficial in some scenarios. This again is multi-purpose. In its most basic form, it can be just a handle, but it also has a built-in battery which is going to greatly increase your recording time, which again can be very important. You don't have to worry about bringing a lot of extra batteries with you for a day trip. This will give you enough power to get all the filming done that you want to get done. It also has a built-in remote, so it makes it easy to stop and start recording. And it also has a built-in tripod, so again, if you want to set your camera down and do some stationary shots, you're easily able to do so. The other nice thing about it is this can actually act as a power bank, so if you need to top off your smartphone or other gear, you can plug it directly into the USB-C port and charge your other devices as well. So definitely it can be very beneficial to bring along. Now the next item here, again, I don't always bring with me, but if I want to capture some chest style point of view shots, this is an easy way to do it without having to wear a chest strap. Now a chest strap does work better for some activities, but if I'm just doing some hiking and I want some point of view shots, or perhaps again for zip lining, a lot of times they won't let you on a zip line unless you have your camera securely mounted, then something like this is a great choice. Again, you can attach a magnetic mount. It easily goes on and off around your neck. And for the most part, the footage is actually quite stable. Now, if you're doing activities with a lot of bouncing and movement, then a chest strap is much better for those types of situations. But this is just a nice simple way to get chest style point of view shots. Again, one of those things I don't always bring with me, but it does come in handy. Of course, when traveling, you want to have some extra batteries. So I have the GoPro dual charger with 2 spare batteries. Now the next item I tend to pack with me when traveling is the GoPro clip. It's actually a pretty handy mount. Of course, it has a clip on it so you can clip it to things quite easily, even a backpack strap if you want to get some shoulder style shots. It has a magnet at the back so you can easily stick it to metal objects, again for easy mounting. The receiver here swivels so you're able to rotate the camera if needed depending on the way you have it mounted and the type of shot you want to get. It's pretty small, lightweight and compact, so it doesn't take up a lot of space in your travel kit, and it can be very useful. Now of course, when using something like the floating hand grip or the clip here, you do have to have a buckle mount with you, as that's what's needed to mount your camera. So I usually have a buckle mount with me, and again I have a magnetic mount on it so I can easily attach my GoPro, and remove it when needed. Now moving on here, a few last things. I always bring a few extra thumb screws because these can be hard to find, especially if you're traveling. They're not readily available in most stores. And sometimes they break or you lose them, so I always make sure I have an extra one or two. And another thing I bring with me is the DJI Mic 2. And I bring this for a couple different reasons. I can connect it via Bluetooth directly to the GoPro if I want to get nice, good audio. But I can also use this just as a standalone recorder, again, so I can sync it with the footage later on. And that can be really beneficial, especially if you want to do some vlogging or you're creating content for social media. It's nice, small, and compact, and it's not a burden to bring along. Now the last item here really isn't to do with GoPro, but quite often when I'm traveling or hiking or day tripping, I want to get a little bit of drone footage. I really like these autonomous drones for that type of scenario just because they're easy to use. You don't need to bring a controller with you. You can get some really interesting shots. They can follow you through a forest if you're doing some hiking or other activities like that. And they're super light and compact, and they don't take up a lot of room in a kit. So if it's something you're going to use, then great. But even if you don't use it, it's not really a burden to bring along with you. This here is the Hover Air X1 Pro Max, and I really like it. Another great choice if you're looking for a small minimal drone for travel. Something like the DJI Neo here is a great choice. Again, it can be flown fully autonomously. You don't need a controller. Both these drones can also be connected to a phone where you can use your phone as a virtual controller. Both these drones work great for travel. They're lightweight, they're not bulky, they're not a burden to bring along. They're both sub 250 gram drones, which again can be really important when traveling. And again, if you're a content creator, you're capturing your outdoor adventures or your travel adventures, bringing a drone like this along with you can help you with your storytelling. So yeah, folks, that is my minimalist GoPro kit for 2025 and a few other items that are non-GoPro but can really enhance your storytelling and your content creation. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and found it had value. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.